tons of pollen on it. I love how you take ownership of that. It's your golf cart now. You gonna run me over?
I'm gonna run you over.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony. This is Tony's Tractor Adventure, and we got Tanya behind the camera and the gizmos around here somewhere. This is what we're gonna be doing today. This is Tanya's trellis that we built the other day, and we thought we had some big long pieces of oak wood to go around this, kind of hold the mulch in, but we didn't. So today we're gonna take some old logs that we've had for probably 3 years, and we're gonna see if we can salvage some beams that'll, you know, make this an outline so I can come up to it and weed eat it and not throw stuff everywhere. So pretty good bit of sawmilling to do today. But first thing before I do that, I got to grind one stump, then we got to change the oil in the sawmill. First oil change this year, and Gizmo's getting on the golf cart with Tanya.
You muddy. You dirty.
Here, let me have that camera. Let me show. This dog, he believes now.
Oh, get up here. Come on.
He thinks
but don't sit on me.
If he sits on the golf, or she sits on the golf cart, he thinks he could sit on a golf cart too.
You got to turn. Move your hiney over.
There we go. That dog. He don't have. He thinks he is human.
I don't have to walk anymore.
He will literally, and he's not. He can't just sit right here.
No,
he's got to be in the seat.
He got me all dirty now.
Only time he'll sit on the floorboard if we're both in the seats.
Yep.
And he'll sit in between us. But
you're gonna have to sit up a little bit more. It's not gonna be very comfortable like that.
He looks pretty
Don't
good.
lean against me. You're too big for this.
He's trying to push you out of the seat.
I know. All right.
All right, here's the camera back. Gizmo, you're hassling too much, Bo. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and knock this out. The reason we're not working on the cabin right now is because we've had torrential rains. Guys, this has been the wettest of spring that I can remember. We've had some pretty wet springs, but this is ridiculous. It rained every day last week, like 7 days straight. We've had rain every day. There's literally water standing. I'm not 100% sure that Tanya's not gonna have to pull me out on the truck to get back on the road. We pulled in here and the truck started sliding downhill in the mud. So anyway, let's get to this. I'll grab the T25. We'll get our stumps figured out and go at it. So our goal is for each day that we come over here to grind one stump. So for the foreseeable future, we're going to keep the stump grinder on the T25, and we've got literally thousands of stumps. This is our future house build site, and you know, we're just trying to make each day that's got sunlight useful. Even though we can't work at the cabin right now because it's so muddy, we can do these kind of jobs, so we're not wasting our time and our equipment. So this is a white oak, and this is a big ask. This is a big ask for this tractor. This tree was healthy, cut it down.
I think that was my greenhouse.
Yeah, this was the post for the greenhouse. So let's give it a little juice. So I'm really excited about how that worked on the T25. That's the second day we've done this with a T25. My temperatures never went up. They always stayed right in the normal range. The hydraulic fluid never got too hot. Never even smelled the hydraulic fluid, honestly. So we went ahead and cut this one off. We ground it down about 6 inches under the soil line, and then I back dragged all the mulch back into place. And when we built our house, we were probably going to have, you know, foundations and things that are going to be dug here, and there's going to be, you know, sewer lines and all kind of stuff. So this is all going to probably get dug up anyway, but that could be years away, probably more like 5 years away before we start, you know, that project. By that time, this is going to be softened up quite a bit. We've still got a lot of more stumps to dig up, and we're not even sure that we're going to put the house here anymore. We've kind of talked about, you know, some different locations based upon the view. And anyway, the stump's gone. Now this big old dude right here, we will get the big chainsaw out with the 36-inch bar and come through and cut this off lower to the ground, because I should have done that with that one as well. That's why it took so long. That was entirely too big of a stump to cut off that high up. There really was no use in it. I was just too lazy to do it, basically. I'd already started it, so I just went and finished it. This one right here, if we tried to grind this off with the T25, the way it's set up, it would probably take an entire day just to grind this stump. Because again, this is white oak, and it is healthy white oak, just as that was healthy white oak. And white oak is no joke. That kind of rhymed. Anyway, let's go on now to the sawmill. We got one task done. That's all we can ask, trying to get one task done. Next task we're gonna do is change the oil in the sawmill, service it up, and start cutting those boards up for Tanya. Where's that broom at? There. It's got, I mean, just sitting out here, it's got tons of pollen on it. Bring it down some right now. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is crank it up, let it run for a little bit, warm the oil, get it moving, get all the stuff floating around, and then we'll drain it. So if you have problems with it not starting, and you leave these switches out a long time, they'll get sticky right there, and it'll just bend back. So just come in there, break them free. That's what happened last time. That's only going to happen if you're doing like us and you're not sawmilling every day. All right, we're going to let it warm up and get the oil circulated, and then I'll be back with you in just a minute. And what we're going to do is we'll change the oil on this thing, and then we're going to start doing some sawmilling. That'd be fun. So what I'm gonna do is drain the oil onto the engine here. It's gonna be right here. And it's gonna drain down and go through there. So I've got to loosen this one bolt here. It's kind of hot now, let it run. Warm. I was gonna open the dipstick and let the air go through a little quicker, but I was afraid that it would possibly go too fast and run everywhere. But no, it's okay. They did a good job. As long as the wind ain't blowing. I don't even look dirty. I put synthetic in it. So we're gonna put synthetic back in it. All right, what do I do with my pliers right here? It's almost not my trying to plug it out. Who put that on? There he goes. If you got this Frontier sawmill, the equivalent of this in the book shows an STP oil filter or a Fram oil filter of a. All right, so if you want to cross this filter over into something a little bit better, I put a Purelator on here. That's what I'm putting on it. It is a PBL 14476, and that's a direct replacement for the Fram pH 4967, and that's what the manual calls for, is a pH Fram pH 4967. However, this is just a common lawnmower. It's just a common lawnmower filter. There's nothing crazy about this, but. We'll get us a little oil here. Having this bigger filter is not necessarily the great thing. Once I get it started, it's fine. So you need to keep this in mind, though. This particular filter is going to have a little bit more oil, so you're going to have to check your oil when you add it. We'll throw our plug back in, and we're ready to go. If you're going to have this sawmill, you're going to have a nice metal funnel that has adjustments, because little plastic ones are just hard to get to. Let me carry that back up to the top. So I'm using a Lucas high performance motorcycle oil. It's got the like zinc and all those things in there that air cooled engines need. I recommend that. It calls for 10W30, so I'm using a full synthetic. And it shows 1.8 quart. I'm going to go ahead and probably just put 2 full quarts in it, just for the simple fact is that filter's bigger. I think that'll top it out. I sure do like Lucas products. I've had a really good luck with Lucas. Started out with their field treatment years ago and oil treatments, and you know, I'm not sure that we shouldn't go ahead and just cut that end off, because the way this log goes, kind of curves around. If we just cut it off right there, at least that would be straight. go ahead and chop that knot off there. Well, that should be good and warmed up. I will say this, I noticed right off the bat, after I put that Lucas oil in it, the engine always run great, but it actually is running quieter now and smoother since we put that in. That Lucas is good stuff, so I recommend it. Don't get paid nothing for it, no sponsor or nothing like that, but good stuff. White oak is heavy. Yeah, I really noticed when I was going through the log that that it was quite a bit, it was quieter. The engine was just smoother. And I can't remember what I put in it when I bought it, but I put synthetic oil in it when I bought it, but it's definitely noticeable.
Look at all that turkey tail.
See, I let them cant or the backstops down a little bit so I don't saw into those again.
You got it.
Both sides. Pretty decent 1-inch board we can get out of this. Make some oak stickers. Let's bring some gravel down here. So all I see is log cabin. So you're gonna be too hungry for one more log, or gotta go eat?
Yeah, I gotta go eat.
Can we just sushi bind these real quick?
I don't know.
Go carry them up there and burn them and put them in place. At least do that.
You don't want to let them dry first?
Nah. No, these will be fine. Burned is burned. This has been dead for, it's been on the ground for a long time,
Yeah,
like 2 years.
After you took the stuff off, the bark and everything.
I mean, it's still not dry, but all I can see with them big beams, like those 5 by 10 beams, I just kept thinking log cabin. You know, that's the only thing I can think of.
They are pretty.
Yeah. All right.
For a log that was just laying on the ground?
Yeah, that was just one of those logs that we left over. It had a bunch of knots on it, so I didn't use it. Actually, there's some decent structural stuff in there. All right, let's carry this up to the front and we'll burn it.
Sit.
That a good boy. All right, so Tanya's finishing this up. We did that, I think they call it Shishushiban. Lord, don't ask a southern boy to say that, but anyway. So we did that on the beams going around the trellis, and then these will be the beams here on the ground the same way. And then I've got a big giant beam. I'll spin around here if I can find it. You see the tractor over there. Got another big beam over there that has been done, and we will cut it to fit here. But if you guys want to see the results of this, you're going to have to check out Tanya's channel. It's called Tanya's Place. Listen, appreciate you watching our channel. God bless. Have a great day.